Hey everybody, welcome to today's live training. I am so excited to do this training today because this is going to be the first time that I've ever done something like this, a live, like full digital marketing plan recommendation. So I'm just going to, I don't like to do the whole let me wait till people get on, but I am going to make sure that everything looks good on social media. So just bear with me one moment here. Yep, it looks good. I'm liking my own post. So there we go. Let's see. Yes. So anyways, well, hello. Today's training is going to be awesome. What I'm going to be diving into today is really just the foundational steps to understanding what all you need to have as a small business inside of your digital marketing plan. Quick tip, really quick. That makes a lot of sense. If you could just comment for me, let me know that you're here. I'm using StreamYard to go live right now. And so you do have to grant StreamYard access to seeing your name. Or if you want to write a comment, just put like a sincerely by Danielle or like, hey, Julie here, whoever you are. Just let me know who's here because I can't see that when I use StreamYard and I want to know who I'm talking to. So at the end of today's training, I'm going to be opening up for questions and answers. I wanted to be able to have this time to kind of share my knowledge of the digital marketing space with you and just kind of give you some of the key elements that I believe all small businesses need to have in order to have a successful digital marketing strategy. So let me give you a little bit of background before I dive into things here. So as most of you know, and if you're new here, welcome. I have been in the industry of digital marketing and social media management since 2014. So 6 years. And before that, I did some website design stuff as well. So in the industry as a whole for almost 7 years now. And I really cut my teeth in the industry working for a really large agency. My role at that agency was a marketing consultant. I was under the impression when I took the position that I would be a digital marketing consultant. I thought I was going to get to learn all the things about digital marketing and get to work with businesses on that. And at first, that's not what they really had me begin doing. In fact, they had me actually working with small businesses that were in the phone book and renewing their phone book ads. So this tells you like how long ago this was. Renewing their phone book ads. But then over time, as I nurtured that relationship, it was my responsibility to kind of start to transition them into more digital products, like having a listing on yellowpages.com or just being on Facebook. Facebook business had just started to become a big thing. Maybe helping them into a website. If I got a website, that was a big deal for the company. So anyway, so that relationship started transitioning from being more phone book driven to really starting to help these small businesses understand why they needed to be online and then providing them solutions to do that. So that's what I did for 4.5 years for that company ish. 4.5 years? Yeah, 4 years. Ended up being top of my class, like top salesperson, top consultant, had the highest retention numbers because I would build relationships with my clients. But it was in my final year there that the company started making some shifts and some changes. Our objectives, like our quotas that we had to hit every month went higher. And so the needs of the small business owner, I found that those needs were not being met, but the company's quotas were being pushed. So that meant that we were kind of put in a position where we had to put these small business owners, like sometimes in programs that didn't make sense for them at all. And I just started feeling icky about that and kind of mentally checked out. So it was a couple years after that I decided to start this company, Bridge Consulting and Design. And my whole foundation, if you've heard my story, has been I want to educate and empower small businesses to take more ownership of not only their social media marketing, but their marketing as a whole. Like I really feel like small businesses can make better business decisions where they invest their money, what they don't invest into, like how they market themselves. I believe that they can make more sound decisions when they know what they're talking about, if that makes sense. And unfortunately, a lot of small businesses don't have the time to get fully educated. So they do lean on an agency or on somebody else to make those decisions for them. But I know that there's plenty of people here in this group and out in the world that they just want someone to teach them with no BS, no fluff, no smoke, no smoke and mirrors. Like they just want somebody to tell them, like, you need this, you don't need that. So here's what I want to do today. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to walk through the different components of digital marketing, what's out there. And then I'm going to share with you guys what I believe are the key elements that every small business needs to have for a digital marketing strategy. So I'm going to show you all the different technologies that are out there and what they do. And then I'm going to try to piece this together and letting you know, like, if you're a small business, it's probably wise to at least make sure that you're doing XYZ. What are these like 4 or 5 components that you absolutely must have for your business to be found, for you to grow online, and ultimately increase your revenue year over year. So let me share my screen. And if you guys see me looking down, you're up here on camera. My screen is down here, and then I have another screen over here. So just bear with me. You have my full attention. So, okay. Let's get into this. So talking about the digital marketing space, okay, let's actually make that. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. Full screen now. So let's talk about all the different tools that are inside of digital marketing. Okay, so your digital marketing strategy as a whole, the objective is to have content, creating content that is either going to drive leads to your business or increase your awareness in the online space. When you have a proper digital marketing strategy put into place, you're also going to be able to have data and analytics that help you to learn from everything that you're doing. But the different components or the different tools that are out there for digital marketing, I'm going to hit on each of these, but I don't necessarily think that every small business needs to have these. Okay, so one thing, like, here's my disclaimer, is understand that I am not your marketing consultant for your business yet. I do consulting calls, but I'm just speaking from a very broad hypothetical space. I do not believe that every roofing business in Wichita, Kansas deserves the same exact marketing strategy. Okay, I don't believe that. I think that there's key components that they all need, but their overall strategies might be different based on who their customers are, their own marketing and branding, their own messaging, things like that. So take this as a blanket statement to say, like, I'm going to cover different components today, but that doesn't mean you need to necessarily go, every business in your industry needs that necessarily. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the key components that you need. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about what's the magic that actually makes you different, okay, from all of your competitors. So that's my fine tape disclaimer. So let's get back over here. So, okay, so talking about digital marketing components, first and foremost, you got to have a website. I'm going to start bottom left-hand corner. There has to be a website out there. Websites are not like the thing that's going to drive leads to your business. In fact, that is where you drive people to learn more about your business. So your website is like your online resume. It's a place where people can learn more about you, your business, your services. But when I was in the marketing space at the marketing consultant position at the agency I worked for, I'd get a lot of questions by small business owners that say, like, I got a website, but it ain't doing nothing for me, or I have a website and I'm not getting any calls. And my first question would be, well, what are you doing to drive traffic to that website? And most of the time they would say, I don't know, I'm on Google. And I'd have to have that conversation with them. Okay, do you know what page of Google that you're on? And if they were not on page 1, there was no doubt in my mind why they weren't getting phone calls or why they weren't growing. So a website can be a landing page. It could be an e-commerce type site. It could just be for overall user experience. And then of course on a website, we want to make sure that there's some conversion optimization there, but overall, like, you need to have a website. That's it. Or at least some type of page that you own the content, you own it. Okay. And it's yours, that is informational about you, your business, your services, your story, etc. Why did I emphasize there on it's yours? Okay. Here's the reason why. You don't own Facebook, you don't own Instagram, you don't own Pinterest or LinkedIn or Twitter, you don't own, if you have an email marketing tool, you don't own that. But you can own a website. If Facebook got shut down tomorrow and all you ever did was advertise your business on Facebook, how would people find you? If you can't say that they would find you on a website, then you are putting your business at extreme risk, because at any moment, Facebook could start to charge businesses for being on there. I mean, you've seen what they've done over the years and the way that they change things. Like, you need to have something that you own, and that is your website. Because you can create content on there, you can write blogs on there. Like, the options are endless when you own that website, right? But it is about driving traffic to that website. That's key. So, website, number one. I've got my notes here too. So, website. Number two, other component in digital marketing, SEO, search engine optimization, both on your site, search engine optimization, and off of your site. Okay, so search engine optimization is basically the way in which, I'm just going to put this in the most simplest terms, the way in which the search engines that are out there find your page amongst the millions and billions of websites that are out there. So on-site optimization means like blogs, keyword tags, HTML meta tags on your website. So things within your website that are connecting a search user to your website if there is relevancy. So for example, my business, some of the all of the blogs that I write have the word social media marketing in there, or social media for small businesses. So all of the blog content that I'm writing is based around that. But then on the back end, I'm keyword tagging those type of phrases as well. So if someone's on Google or Yahoo, or even if they're on Pinterest, which Pinterest is a search engine, then my content will show up higher in the search results, okay? Offsite search engine optimization is more so like backlinking, where your website link, so let's say, as an example, like I'm socialwithdanielle.com. If my website link is embedded into somebody else's blog article, or like I write posts for medium.com, I'll embed my own blog post out on their platform so it pushes information back to me, or it links back to me. That's offsite SEO. There's a lot of different ways though that you can do backlinking with other websites. All that SEO does is it helps to improve your overall ranking. It improves your visibility to the search engine tools out there that are crawling the website looking for relevant content when people search. Does that make sense? Is this helping so far? Talking about website SEO. Give me a thumbs up or drop me a comment if this is helping. Another type of digital marketing tool, hold on, is the big one, social media marketing. As I said earlier, social media marketing should not be your sole place or your only place that you're putting energy and effort when you're online and advertising your business, because again, you don't own it. However, it needs to be a key strategy point in your business, because it's where people spend the most time when they are online or on their phones. That is a well-known and well-proven statistic. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. I am saying TikTok. I'm on there now. You can find me. Go to my Instagram page. You can find my TikTok. I don't know what I'm creating yet. Just a bunch of crap, honestly. Like, sorry, some people that's a cuss word. But a bunch of just random stuff is what I'm creating on TikTok, because I'm just trying to get content out there. But social media, two aspects of it, okay? Social media marketing or content marketing, and social media ads and advertising. One is driven to build the awareness of your company and position you as an industry authority, and the other is to get you in front of more audience members, like get you a further reach, and ultimately is designed to drive sales, leads, and actions, okay? So I've had people in the past ask me like, Danielle, I post every single day, at like the key time, and I'm not getting any calls to my business, but I'm posting all of the time, And so I let them know, but are your followers increasing? Have you seen more engagement on your posts? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, social media posts are designed to increase your following, your engagement. But if you're not putting a call to action in there, or if there's not something that's incentivizing them to take an action to go to your page to do something with you, then you're just doing social media content marketing. You're just marketing your business from a branding perspective. There's got to be a secondary strategy to drive leads. Now, that could be paid Facebook ads, or that could just be more strategic content that is more call to action driven. So social media is a huge, huge component in digital marketing for small businesses, because that's where your audience is hanging out. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the rest of these, but just so you guys know what's else out there, CRM, so customer relationship management tools. So that's for inbound marketing, lead generation, conversion planning. So like for me, that is like part of my overall sales funnel is someone will get my free guide at socialwithdanielle.com/guide. And then they're immediately put into my CRM, my database. So I can connect with them. They give me permission, obviously. I can connect with them through newsletters, email blasts, all the above. I could send them a one-on-one email if I wanted to talk to them. But a CRM just allows for me to kind of manage all of the people who've become a lead for my business. Now, you might have different types of leads for your business, right? Take one of my favorite local shops here in the Kansas City area is Array. It's a shopping boutique over in Leawood Town Center, and I'm on their email list. I'm a lead to them. I'm a customer, but I was a lead to them when I first came across their website through social media, and they asked me if I wanted to get coupons in the mail or in my email in the future. And I was like, for sure. So gave them access to my email, and I became a lead to them. The moment that I went and claimed that coupon and I purchased something from them, I was a lead that became a customer. So whatever your business is, you can generate leads for your business, and you can manage them using a CRM tool. Next is email. So email is a huge component in digital marketing, because believe it or not, like most people say, like, I hate getting spam emails. I hate getting like waking up in the morning and I've got 20 emails. But I beg to differ. Like, if your favorite restaurant that you're loyal to, or your number one place to go shopping, or like for me, Southwest Airlines, like I look for those emails on a daily basis to see what they're offering me, right? I like being on people's email list. I think there's some people out there, you have like a key few. When you have a really strong email marketing strategy, you can run sales sequences there. You can do monthly newsletters. You can even just set up autoresponders. But having an email management system in place, like I use everything for my CRM, my email, my website, my SEO, my content, data analytics. Like I use a website called Kajabi. And all of that is managed there for me. If you have questions about Kajabi, don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's where all of my online courses are hosted. I do have a WordPress site, which is where my blog is hosted. So that's where a lot of my other SEO is driven. But having access to my CRM and pairing it with like an email broadcast. Some of you guys are on that broadcast. You probably got an email from me late last night reminding you about today's training. It just gives you, that's another place that you kind of own. You own all of the data that's in your CRM. And when you have access to an email management system, you have the ability to get direct contact with every single person who's a lead within your organization or your company. Okay, so email is huge. Mobile is another space that is becoming more and more prevalent in the digital marketing space. So maybe having an app created for your business, or being able to do text message marketing, and then just a key thing here, it says optimization under mobile. What that means is like making sure your website is mobile optimized and anywhere that people can find you online is optimized. Ads. So ads is another huge component to digital marketing for small businesses, whether that's Google ads, Pinterest ads, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think you can do TikTok ads now, or video ads, like the 15-minute video ads that you get before you go watch your YouTube video, or even like in between you're watching stuff on TikTok, there's ads that show up in there. Display ads. Okay, so display ads are like my favorite thing to show people. Let me give you an example of what a display ad is. I used to sell this as a service from one of the companies that I worked for, and it was like my favorite thing to talk about, because it actually helps you to understand how technology is completely stalking you. So as an example, I'm on weather.com. My internet is a little slow in loading, but this bar right here at the top, you see GoDaddy. Okay, so I was on GoDaddy yesterday and I use GoDaddy. That is a display ad. Display ads will follow you literally anywhere across the internet based on your current or frequent search history. So if you've searched on Pinterest or Google or your Facebook, it can basically take any of those things that you've been searching and throw it into this database that's out there that tells these ad platforms what type of ads to serve you based on your search history. So like GoDaddy probably has a retargeting pixel set up on their site so that when I go to their site, they're going to like retarget me because I visited them. Same thing happens with my credit card company, my Southwest Airlines account, and you'll see that it's going to change now. So Bluehost is another website that I frequent because that's where my WordPress site is hosted. What's this? Apple. I did visit the Apple store the other day. So display is really cool. A lot of times people think that display, I don't know. Did you guys actually see that? Yeah, because I moved it over there. Okay. So display is cool because it actually gives you the ability to kind of stalk people who visited your website. But it's expensive. And you got to have some really dynamic ads to go there. And it's brand awareness driven. It's not leads driven. Like I know a lot of people think like, you know, if I have this big, beautiful ad on weather.com, you know, people are going to click on it. Yes, they'll click on it. But it's not designed for that. It's more to, because I'm not on weather.com to get advertised to, right? I'm there to check the weather. So it's more like subconscious programming my brand into, or their brand into my brain, right? So that's another form of ads. And then there's affiliate ads that are out there. But ads are important in your business as a small, in your strategy as a small business, because it allows for you to get in front of people who don't know you yet. So you have to pay to play in those spaces. I really do believe that Facebook has some really, really good targeting tools that allow you to really narrow in on who your ideal customer could be. And so that's through boosted posts or just running a general Facebook ad, but ads are huge too. So last component of digital marketing, you know, that's out there is influencer marketing. So, and that could be like community management, like my Facebook group is more influence marketing, right? But public relations or like being an influencer, public relations would be like getting on other people's shows, podcasts, news stations, things like that. Influencers is what you expect to hear, like Instagram influencers and people kind of doing the advertising for you. Reviews, that's considered more influencer marketing, or word of mouth. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising because it's free and people have good things to say about it. So for me, like some of the things, so obviously that is everything that is currently out there. That's the key components. There might be a couple of things that I missed, but those are like the key components to like a strong digital marketing strategy. But like if I had to say, like if a small business had a limited budget and they had to choose like what type of tools they would be using from digital marketing to get more awareness online and to grow their revenue online, the key ones that I would recommend is a website for sure. Definitely a website and a quality website, right? If you can afford to have someone build you something custom on WordPress, do that because you own that. Like that's yours to own. But if you don't have the funds to build out a custom design website on WordPress, there's some really good themes and kind of some like templates that you can create inside of WordPress, or if you need something even simpler that can just be designed for you and then managed, or you design it yourself. Like I like to use Wix. Wix is really easy. It's plug and play. It's affordable. I do design Wix websites. I also work on Shopify sites as well if you're needing e-commerce. I prefer WordPress just because it does increase your functionality overall, and all these other components really play well with WordPress, but Wix is a good secondary option and it's affordable. So a website for sure, must have a website. The second thing that I would say is a priority is definitely your social media, because what's going to drive traffic to your website? You can't just have a website out there. You have to have something that's going to drive traffic. Social media is a huge place. So having a content marketing strategy in place. So posting on a regular basis. If you're part of this group or you've done any trainings with me in the past, you know my jam is like creating content, saving time and creating content, batching your content, like what to post, what not to post. So having a content marketing plan in place is key. And then just pumping out as much content as you can, honestly. Facebook, for sure. That's the #1 social media platform that everybody's on. Hey, Nicolette. Thanks for saying who you are, because I can't see nothing. But Facebook for sure, because that's where most people spend time. You may not get the best engagement compared to Instagram or LinkedIn on Facebook, because more people are on Facebook kind of just to check things out, scroll. Unless there's like a conversation piece, people really aren't engaging. It's like, it's incredible to me. Like I can post a picture of like my food and like talk about how good my recipe was, or like I'm out, you know, whatever. Like I can post something and it doesn't get very much response, which is fine. Like I'm not here for the likes. I don't need that hit of dopamine every day with all of the likes that you can get on social media. But if I post something that is posing a question, or it's a topic, or it's informative, and then I ask a question after that, I always get more engagement, almost always. So Facebook is key. Definitely Instagram, especially if your business is more visually driven. So Nicolette, like for you guys, as many pictures and videos that you guys can put out of your actual product or the process of creating it, and posting that on Instagram, both in your feed and in your stories, is going to be huge. LinkedIn is a great space to network with other business owners. It is an older demographic, so like 35 and up is where you're going to find a lot of people hanging out as LinkedIn, and it is more professional networking. I actually like, I have some qualms with LinkedIn just because some people use it extremely unprofessionally to network. But if you're a small business, like the whole point of being there is to connect with more of your ideal customers. If you're a small business that you have high ticket items or high priced items, definitely put some strategy behind LinkedIn, because the average household income or like salary of somebody on LinkedIn is $60,000 and up. That's a stat as of last year. So that's a good place for you to be marketing and connecting with people. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. So social is huge. So key components: website, social. I'm going to put CRM and email together. Okay. So generating leads to your business, as well as having some type of email nurture system or newsletter that's going out, so you can be front of mind for your audience and for your leads. So you can always be in front of them, offering discounts, sharing newsletters, things like that. I definitely believe that SEO should be a key focus. So doing some type of blogging on a regular basis. If you are somebody that's looking to learn about blogging, I'm learning it, but I would actually prefer to refer you to somebody that I'm learning from. So I have a great business coach, Rachel Ngome, that she's got an awesome course called Pin with Purpose. And it's about blogging and pinning and the power that that can do for you in creating more visibility for you online. So SEO would be a huge component for small businesses. I would say focusing on your influencer marketing. That doesn't mean go get influencers necessarily. You can get brand ambassadors and you can get influencers and stuff. But most of the time, if you just look within your own existing loyal customer base, like Nick and Nicolette, you guys are seeing this with your, your home brewed cold brew company that you guys just launched. Like, you have influencers already who are spreading the word and brand ambassadors for your business, and you didn't even ask them to do that, right? You're going to grow at such a great exponential rate because people believe in your product. They love your product. Paige Laura was telling me about how jacked she is today. She's had like 2 cold brews from you guys, and she's like, I can't stop moving. She was up at 7 a.m., which is a huge deal. but really focusing on nurturing your customers through relationships and really servicing them well so that you get positive reviews and you get raving fans so people can start to spread the message about your business on their own. And then the last component I would say is ads. So being willing to invest in ads. Facebook ads do not have to be scary, okay? Google ads are a big deal, and it's more expensive to pay to play on Google. So you definitely need to have a strategy conversation about ads, and I'm happy to have strategy conversations in any of these areas with any of you if you need that. But even just something as simple as boosting a post, that if you have a post that's getting some pretty good engagement and it has some type of call to action in it, like you're asking them to do business with you or you're referring them to a page on your website, like throw a little bit of money out there at that post, boost it so you can see how your new audience responds with that. So ad strategy is definitely something else that I'd have. So anyways, I'm just about up on time, and I wanted to leave some time here at the end for questions. So I covered a lot today. I covered all the different components of digital marketing, and then the key elements that I believe that small businesses should have in place if they want a solid and effective digital marketing strategy. So as I'm kind of wrapping up here, if you have questions about your business specifically and you want to ask it, drop it in the comments. Make sure you tell me who you are, because I want to be able to answer these questions for you. So like, this is an opportunity for you to be in the hot seat of like, typically I do consulting calls and I have an hourly rate for that, but this is an opportunity for me to answer a question for you free of charge right now. And if you're catching this on the replay, I'll answer questions for up to 24 hours. So I'll answer questions until 1 o'clock tomorrow off of this video. So I'll let you guys get your questions in there if you have any. And so again, just as a reminder, the key components that I believe every small business should have in their digital marketing strategy is a website, search engine optimization, so blogging, articles, on-site and off-site, social media presence, email marketing, and so you're managing your leads through a CRM. Those are one and the same to me. You're focusing on servicing your clients and growing your word of mouth business. So that's more influencer marketing, reviews, things like that. And then last component would be advertising through ads on social media and other places. So those are the key things. Now, one question I also get to is like, okay, what if my competitor is doing all of those things as well? Like, what do I do to stand out? In my week, I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge here in 2 weeks. It's 5 days to social media success. It's going to be a challenge right here inside of this group. If you haven't registered yet, you absolutely need to get registered for that. Even though it's going to be here in the Facebook group, I want you to get access to all of the tools that I'm going to be providing for that challenge. It's basically going to be me going live every day at noon, and I'm going to be teaching you a different success principle every single day for your social media strategy. So I'm going to be teaching like, what do you need to do to stand out from your competitors? Like that's going to be day 2 or day 3 of the challenge, but just a little hint for you, like one of the most magical things that you can do to separate yourself from your competitor is you got to figure out what your story is. Like at the end of the day, you have to figure out what is it about you and your story and how you can connect with a customer. Like, one, why did you start your business? More than likely, you didn't just start your business for a profit. More than likely, you saw that there was a need or there was a gap somewhere and you saw that you could fill that gap. Like my whole business brand, Bridge the Gap, right? You saw that there was a need, so fill it, right? But what's the story behind that? You've got to figure what that is, figure out what that story is and what those components are to that story, because then that can become a lot of the content that you create. And that's what's going to stand you out from your competitors. It's like Nick and Nicolette, like you have a cold brew, home brewed cold brew organic coffee company. I can't remember what your guys' slogan is yet. But like, okay, so what makes you guys different, you know, compared to Starbucks, or what makes you different compared to the coffee shop that I love here in Olathe? You know, like what makes you guys different? Like I'm loyal to you guys because you're some of our best friends, but what about my cousin who's just going to take my word for it, right? Like there's got to be something in the story. So Nicolette asked, what's the best website platform? WordPress. No doubt about it. It's just, WordPress takes some learning. If you can afford it, pay somebody to do it. I'm a big person on outsource and delegate as much as you can. If you want to learn it yourself, there's a lot of really great resources out there. I have 2 people specifically that I could point you to that could teach you how to do it yourself. But another one that's secondary to that would be Shopify or Wix. Now, I don't know if you guys are planning on doing like any type of e-commerce stuff, Nick and Nicolette, because I know how you guys do business today, but you guys are going to grow pretty quickly. And so the ability to like have something in place where you can collect payments easily, you get an order, and then it's just about fulfilling it, like Shopify would be really great for you guys. Wix can do it too, but Shopify is built for e-commerce. Like as an example, like Melissa, Gentle Bravery, she is currently on Etsy, but I know she's outgrowing that space really quickly, and she's going to have to look into probably doing Shopify. And I recommended that her go to Shopify over Wix because of the inventory capabilities and all the different things for selling your product online. So Nicolette, I would say WordPress if you can afford it, and have it built for you. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time trying to figure it out on your own. But Shopify is honestly pretty simple to do it yourself. Travis says, visibility of website. I don't have my glasses on, you guys. I don't have my glasses on because if I have my glasses on, you see my ring light, okay? But I gotta be able to read this. Travis says, visibility of website on Google and social media. Is there a way to kill all these birds with one stone or one action that will help all these platforms? Yes and no. So yes, in the sense that when you're creating your social media content and it's on your page, the content that you write is searchable through Google. So an example, I recently had a client of mine, we had posted something for them a while ago. We posted something on their social media page, and it was about their services or whatever. We uploaded a graphic with it, and then it was on Facebook, and it lived on Facebook for a few months. Well, just about a week ago, he texted me and he sent me a picture of the image. It showed up on Google, and the image, he searched his name, Midwest. Well, there it is, Midwest Pest Management. He showed me, he was like, hey, is there any way to get this picture taken off of Google? And I said, well, actually, if you look at it, it's sourced on Facebook, because the way that the image was titled, it was Midwest Pest Management, I think the date of the post or whatever. And so Facebook's content was Google searchable. So my point in saying that, Travis, is that anything that you post on social media, it will be indexed and it is searchable by the search engines that are out there. So it's very key when you're putting graphics out there, if you can, title your graphics before you upload them, the keyword that you want to search for and your company name. And then also in the captions that you write on your social media posts, make sure that they're content rich so that you have at least 1 to 2 of your primary keywords that you want to search for. Because as an example, it's a little scary sometimes when you want to go live and share your screen and show your Facebook page because you don't know what other people are going to see. But just as an example, let's search for, I don't know, ottoman. It just came to mind because I'd like an ottoman for my front room. I'm searching on Google for the keyword ottoman. What I want you to see here, yeah, marketplace is going to show up, but there's a post here that says, oh, I need to make this bigger for you guys. There's a button here that says posts. The keyword ottoman is showing up because it's a searchable word. Everything that is in a Facebook caption is searchable. I could type in social media as an example, and I'm going to get a lot because I see a lot of stuff on this. But let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Like right here, this post, I don't know who this chick is, Stephanie Gordon or whatever. I searched social media and her thing showed up social media, okay? So my whole point with that is everything that you post on social media is searchable, okay? So how can you double play that between that and your website? One thing that you can do is you can link your social media pages to your website, right? So you can have like a Facebook feed like widget on your WordPress or Wix website or wherever you're going to host your website. You can have like a Facebook feed so that the images come into the website and the captions. But the other thing that I do is a lot of times I have blogs on my website, and I will actually create my social media content based on the blogs. So it's the same content from my website on my Facebook, and Google's going to put 2 and 2 together that, oh, that content's actually connected, and that can increase your overall ranking and visibility. So that's one way to kill it with kill all the birds with one stone, so to say. But just, you're going to have to kind of embrace the fact that visibility on search engine platforms and on social media, it does take time, and it's something that has to be built consistently over time. But once you build it consistently, there is an exponential growth factor that comes in. And Travis, can you remind me the industry that you're talking about? Because we might want to also have a conversation about like Pinterest. And I know that sounds so bizarre because Pinterest is like a dream building like type of website, and it's like where people get recipes and workout things, but it's an incredible way to drive traffic to your website. And I've got about 5 more minutes, guys. I can go a little longer. I'm going to pull something up for you guys here too, if Travis is still on. Construction equipment. Yeah, so it's like, okay, so you would think in your mind, like, Pinterest for construction equipment, right? Like, I get it. I totally get it. But the fastest group of new users on Pinterest is actually men between the ages of 25 and 45. So there's a fun little stat for you. But let me just show you something like, as an example, I'm going to pull up my Pinterest for you guys. Just to kind of give you an example of something here. Okay. Hold on, it's loading. I can get rid of this. Okay, so I just started doing Pinterest marketing, so my numbers are not that great. But since I started adding pins onto Pinterest, and it's all based off of my blogs. Your blogs could be about construction equipment. Maybe it's a specific equipment tool. Maybe it's you guys are wanting to sell something, or you're searching for one and you have a blog article about it on your webpage, and then a pin gets created. The whole point in this is I don't necessarily care. Use construction equipment. Okay, perfect. So I'm not necessarily looking for business necessarily to come through Pinterest as much as I'm looking at this number right here, which is impressions. So the number of times that people have seen it, and then how many times people are going to my website. It is a traffic tool to drive traffic back to my website. So like 1,700 monthly viewers to my content and ultimately to my webpage. Like that is more than I would have gotten on Facebook because, on Google, because there's so much crap that's out there on Google, right? So how could you use Pinterest as a strategy? Like create some blogs, put some cool little graphics up that are relevant, obviously, to what your blog is about. And people who are searching for that type of stuff specifically, or it could just be in general, all that you want it to do is just drive traffic to your website. Whether your ideal customer is on the Pinterest platform or not, the beauty of it is the more traffic that you have going to your site, doesn't matter if it's from Pinterest or if it's from Facebook or if it's from word of mouth or referrals, the more traffic to your website over time, the more Google's going to recognize that, hey, you're doing something. You're creating content that people are liking. People are coming to your website more often. So it's about just driving traffic to your website from as many platforms as you can. Travis, we can have a whole nother conversation too about understanding like Google Analytics and where you can be driving traffic from. But I could use one blog post over here to create 5 social media posts for a week. All of that content is linked together. All the keywords are the same. The graphics look similar. I could send it out on all the different social media platforms. So now one blog has now turned into 5 to 10 different social media posts that all of those are getting my name out there on the social media channels, which ultimately drive people back to my website, right? The whole purpose is like to create a funneling system to drive people to your website. So killing 2 birds with one stone, it's a lot about what kind of content can you create out there in the world to drive people to your website. Like, I took a big lesson from Gary Vee on that. Gary Vaynerchuk, and his marketing strategy is freaking brilliant. It's all about create content and then micro piece that content out, distribute it, watch what happens, repeat, and put people back through that funnel. So great question. Anybody else have any questions for me? That'd be great. Yeah, I know you actually reached out to me a couple weeks ago about that, but y'all decided to go on a vacation and I lived vicariously through you. So anybody else? Hopefully this has been helpful. I used to do this every day for my job. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I enjoy doing it. I love strategy. I love consulting. I love diving into specific businesses. Like, I'm glad Nick and Nicolette, you guys were on here, and Travis, so I could have some specific businesses to talk about. But yeah, if you guys have more questions, again, drop them in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here now, but drop them in the comments if you have more questions about your business. I'll answer specific questions. I'll probably just, you ask the question, I'll do a video, probably responding back to you in the comment section here for another 24 hours or so. For those of you guys who watched live, or if you're catching it on the replay and you know that this is going to be helpful for somebody else, like, add them to the group and then tag them here on the video so that they can watch, or tell them specifically, like, hey, go to this spot, and she starts talking about this, like, whatever you can do to help spread the message. And just as a reminder for you guys, like I said, July 6th through the 10th, I'm doing a 5-day free challenge. This is specifically for business owners or people who are looking to start a business, and you want to put some systems and some principles in place that are going to help you to have success on social media. We're going to define what success looks like for you and your business, but we're also going to put together a specific game plan each day that you can go take action in your social media plan, so that you can start to create some momentum. And that's a free challenge I'm doing. It's a free training. It's a week long. It'll be every day at noon. I'm going to try to keep it at 30 minutes. So it'll be a short training and then Q&A, hot seats, opportunities at the end. So that's free. Invite your friends. You can register here in the group or at www.socialwithdanielle.com/success. So anyways, thank you all for joining live. Appreciate your guys' time. I know you said you appreciate my time, Nicolette, but you guys made this just as valuable for me too. So anyways, have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.